1, 2, 3, 4.
I loved James Brown as an artist growing up in junior high and high school. Loved the sound, loved the beat as a kid, and that's kind of where it began.
And when I first saw him in New York at the Apollo, I copied his moves straight away. I couldn't really do them, but I did. I just do my versions.
The notion of doing a movie came about 14 years ago. I'd met James Brown several times. I went to several of his concerts, and I ended up getting the rights from James Brown to his life story. And I had several different writers work on this script. I was prepared to make the movie, and James Brown dies. Everything gets shaken up. Now I can't make the movie because the rights are split with family members in the state of Georgia, and I'm very distraught by this and don't know what to do.
James Brown rights that were all over the place, and luckily I was able to get all the music rights. That had been one of the big sticking points before. And this friend of mine said, would you like to do a James Brown documentary? And I said, sounds great, but let me just think about it overnight. And I woke up in the morning and I called him and I said, why don't we do a James Brown feature?
Echo, Mark.
We found, that there was an existing project that had been hibernating for quite a long time, and that Brian Grazer was the one that had the original project.
I get an incoming call from Mick Jagger saying, I now have the rights to James Brown.
The script was by the Butterworth brothers, who are English playwrights, and I was very impressed. I thought the script actually was really, really good.
And he says, I'd like to do this with you. I read the script that you developed. I like the script. There's work to be done, but I trust you, Brian. I'm sure you trust me. I say, of course, Mick. And we joined forces and become producers together on the movie James Brown. We agreed we would find the most compatible director to this material. And before we could even prioritize the list, I have this chance meeting with Tate Taylor, who wrote and directed The Help. So Tate Taylor immediately reads our script and says, this is the movie I'm dedicating myself to.
I just saw my way into how to tell that story. I thought, well, I'm from the South. I know James Brown, and I know the world of James Brown. As far as filming in Mississippi, there's no better place for contradiction, paradox, beauty, pain, old, new, than the real South.
Mick Jagger and I are thrilled to be producing Get On Up. It's a true story, completely inspirational, celebrating James Brown's life and his accomplishments.